we will see France form an empire. And the first thing they do is say to, I guess maybe Benelux they can go after. They decide to invade all of Benelux. I don't know why. I guess to make France's natural borders. Oh wait, the Netherlands doesn't exist in France's natural borders, as far as it makes sense. But they quickly move in, because they want to form Oceania. No, I'm kidding. Though, that'd be a long road. As they move in from the south, quickly capturing Brussels and moving up towards Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and The Hague. And they take it! Yay! And, well, I don't know if any other nation would be saying that, but honestly, France, unified with the Benelux, honestly looks good on a map. I mean, like, what if Austria and Switzerland unified? That'd be something. But look at France. Like, honestly. I guess with that piece, they kind of look like a monster. But that's besides the point. Now, to invade Switzerland. Neutral, poor old neutral Switzerland. Who knew France would decide to bully the small nations? Oh, wait. They've already done it before. What's been done once will happen twice, I guess. And, well, they decide to go after Switzerland. Why Switzerland? Because who doesn't want to go after them? Because they have mountains, and who doesn't like mountains? Well, maybe Austria, but they got enough. And they overtake Switzerland in a matter of weeks, with them annexing a sizable portion, about 2/3 of it, just to make it not look as bad. Fully annexing a neutral nation looks pretty bad, but only partially, that's okay. And, well, Germany and Italy form a pact. And France, not liking where this is going, Italy and Germany working together, not liking this, who would? Honestly, nobody would. They decide to go after them. Because why not? Yeah, an Italo-German alliance. That sounds really not that great. Not an ideal situation, I guess. But someone gotta do it, I guess. And it's France. Because France wants to form an empire, apparently. With France going after the two nations under the pretense that they're trying to repeat history, basically. Yeah. Well, they move in to here and up to here. As they quickly start occupying lands in both countries, they advance further and further in, taking most, with a quick but not that effective offensive by both sides. Moving the front back, but not continuing its counter-offensive against France. But eventually, the front line honestly comes to a stalemate, with France deciding to focus a bit more on Italy. They start moving in. And while the country of Britain is not a big fan of them having two successful front lines, so Britain and Spain decide to invade against them. They also manage to get Andorra, because they basically tell Andorra, join us or get invaded. Basically is what they say. Which they say, well, I mean, either way it's going to end the same, so it doesn't really matter. With Britain failing to launch a naval landing in northern France. So they move down, they get their forces into Spain, and with Spain, they climb the Pyrenees Mountains, which takes them a long time. But, you know, Wild Mapper said to get rid of the mountains. So they move right through. Now we don't need to worry about the mountains. With them managing to move up and take Bordeaux, but then France puts them in a stalemate, with a counter-offensive being made by the Italians. But quickly, France decides to land over on these two spots, moving into southern Italy and Sicily. And they start moving down the coast, where they take Rome. But Italy doesn't want to surrender, so they switch sides. No, I'm kidding. They fail to do that counter-offensive, so they try one in the south, which also fails. So France makes another offensive where they cross the country, and they move up to Venice. And, well, they take over the Tyrol northern lands. with France launching an offensive connecting up southern Germany. With Italy knowing it's over, they just surrender, kinda. I don't know if they wanted to. With them shifting focus onto the Spanish front. With them taking back their city, but they also have a few problems. They move back in. Britain manages to get a successful landing. And while Germany pushes them back and move into Benelux. You may say, what? France's empire didn't end up as well as it should have. But that's not the case. With them moving in, the Germans move in the north. Quickly, an offensive is made to kick Britain out, because that's embarrassing. And then they push back Spain, because they know Spain has help from Britain. And they don't like that. They don't like Spain anymore. And well, as you can see, this is not that great. For Spain, they're getting pushed back in multiple spots. And they lose Barcelona. So they try to make an offensive, counter-offensive. But that's obvious. And them managing to move like this, but France is holding on as they land in these islands, move down the coast, and launch an offensive towards Madrid, which they use to capture the city of Madrid. And they move across the northern coast, and with this being the setup, Spain falls back to its defensive line, just in case Britain gains the strength to push France back. But instead, they get pushed back. With Spain unable to do anything, they fall, and so is the Gibraltar British territory. They can't really see it. With the Munich offensive breaking out, as they manage to take Munich, and the southern part of Germany falls under French hands. But Germany trying to do something else, which becomes known as the Paris offensive, which they manage to encircle Paris. But France quickly... Oh, wait, that encirclement looks like a carrot, but that's besides the point. And well, this is what the front line ends up like quickly. With German forces trying to escape, but two big encirclements with hundreds of thousands of troops happen. And Germany, unable to hold back all this pressure, starts to fold. Honestly, they can't even hold it. And well, they move in quickly, taking Hamburg. Although the Germans try to launch another counter-offensive, which works over here, because that's important lands, key lands. Though the Berlin offensive begins, which quickly leads to the battle for Berlin. And during this, the French manage to capture all of the Rhineland and move up here, and, well, Germany is forced into surrender. Britain says there's no way France can invade us with them landing here. And, well, quickly, that turns out to be a bad move. So then they land again over here, which also turns out to be a bad move. You may think, oh, this doesn't look good. And they try it for a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time. And well, they get kicked out. And on their eighth try, no one expects what they're going to do. They decide to land in the northern part of Scotland for some reason. And well, they go like this. They start pushing down and pushing back. They even take Northern Ireland. And at this point, they decide to launch an offensive in the south, which takes London, with the goal of annexing southern parts of Britain, with Britain deciding to surrender. So let's see the peace treaty of England, half of England, and parts of, well, Wales, and maybe about a third of Great Britain, or the United Kingdom. And, well, they annex Catalonia and probably the Basque area of Spain, and a bit more. They annex around Geneva area. Not Geneva, that's Geneva over here. This is Genoa, I think. Wait, no, that's not the state. Wrong state. Turin. And well, then we have Sardinia. They annexed the Rhineland, parts of Baden-Württemberg, parts of northern Germany over here. And well, they've annexed through quite a few countries. And this is them. They are a massive empire. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Why should you subscribe? So we get the 3,000, no, not 3,000, 3,500 subscribers by March 1st. So please like and subscribe. And that's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out. And until you subscribe. Bye, guys.